good? Okay. All right. This is, Lindsay, this is amazing. When I shot you the message, I wasn't really sure you were going to bite, and you bit.
Of course.
You were like, yep, I'm in, of course. And you were like, you seemed like excited about it. And I was like, oh, this is really cool because there's so many fight circles. There's all these events. We've never talked.
Yeah, it's so
I
weird.
only know about you. I've only
know,
heard. I see you on the internet, and everyone that ever says anything about you, it's always been wonderful. So I'm like, I definitely got to talk to you, get to know you, see what you're like. And
and I've only heard good things about you and prospects, so it's great to finally sit
just
down to you.
that friendship. You know?
Yeah,
so
I'm into it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, welcome to Studio 88. My special guest, Lindsay Garbatt.
Thank you.
Why
Studio 88?
I
was actually thinking about that. I forgot that.
So Studio 88 is 88 is the day and the month my father passed away.
Oh,
so gloomy.
Awesome.
Fuck, hey.
No, it's tonight's the night.
Yeah.
Hey?
Yeah, but it was. I think it when I was naming it, I just put it like a sentimental feel on it, maybe just to give it that thing. And I like the sound of 88. It just sounds kind of cool. And I've been accused of racism before because of it. Too funny. Because I didn't know 88 was HH, like Hail Hitler.
Okay, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, neither did I until I Googled it because somebody, we did a podcast with Robin Black.
Yeah.
And then he posted it on his thing and someone was like, what's this Champion 1313 in Studio 88? Does he have racist affiliations? Because I was like, racist? What are you talking about? But it bothered me because I was like, I quickly Googled it and I was like, oh shit. And I even texted him, I go, maybe we should change the name. Because I was like, I don't want people to think that it's.
Well, I'm glad you didn't.
I didn't. No,
yeah,
and in the end, I was like, you know what, man, fuck them, no, man, because I'm not racist. Like I'm not a Hail Hitler.
You don't need to worry about it.
It was like a super coincidence.
Yeah.
But let's talk about you. I kind of want to get into where it began for you. There's a lot about you, so let's dive in. We have all the time in the world.
Okay. So, as you know, I started in boxing, but even before that, growing up, I was super weird kid. Started off in martial arts, but I always wanted to be like I was. And God bless my parents because I was the weirdest. I wanted to be Rambo. I wanted to be He-Man. Call me Jeff. Call me whatever. I wanted to be a boy, and I wanted to play sports, and that was cool. So. Finally, when I was old enough, my mom, I wanted to do boxing to start, but she said, no, I'll let you do karate. So I started in karate and started. I think I was maybe 10, 11, somewhere around there. Yeah, I think. Well, I wish I started earlier. I feel like all kids should do some sort of martial arts growing up because it's great for discipline and transfers over to any other sport, any other team sport. But I was big into any other team sport too, and I was just kind of okay at everything. Like just wanted to play everything in school.
Super athletic.
Just, that was my thing that kept me. Nope, 2 sisters. So I'm in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the middle sister has to be the toughest. Because the little one gets away with everything. And the oldest one is the one that got shit for everything. The middle one kind of slides.
That's what they say. Yeah, I was easy though. Yeah. Just keep me busy, keep me doing sports. And I was happy. So always into sports, did karate. And then went to school, college, played basketball and soccer.
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Niagara Falls.
Okay.
Born and raised, right in Niagara Falls. And then went to Durham College for college, and then ended up staying there for like 15, 17 years, something. And then just a couple of years ago, I moved to Etobicoke just to be kind of like halfway to work, halfway to Niagara, quick boot.
What do you do for work?
I work at the Pickering Nuclear.
So it is Pickering.
Yeah,
I wasn't
it's Pickering.
sure.
Yeah,
I was telling my buddy on the phone call on the way in tonight because he was like, "Who's the guest tonight?" And I told him, and then I did give a quick synopsis of like who you were, and I go, she does like security at, I think, Pickering Nuclear Power Plant. It's the only one I know is Pickering and Bruce Nuclear.
Yeah.
Is there another one?
Yeah, there's Darlington, which is just down the road. Okay. Well, like a half hour east. Okay. Yeah.
And then your job is basically run around, play with guns all day, and.
Pretty much, yeah, security guard, but I get to play with guns, and we get awesome training, and I work with a bunch of guys that are family. They're my brothers, and a token lesbian, and she's my best friend, and it's a happy little family, and I'm so grateful. It's I mean, we're on call, right, if something happens, but Otherwise, we're doing security guard duties. We get awesome training, and it works awesome because the people I work with. So,
because I know
I'm
a
so
lot
grateful.
of guys that I work with on my full-time job, trying to transition over to that because it's like, you just play with guns all day.
Yeah.
Like they're big gun nuts.
Yeah.
What do you carry for a firearm?
We carry a pistol, so Glock 22, and for a rifle, it's either an M4 or Colt C8.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And then you just do rounds of the building, basically?
Yeah.
Like what kind of threats would there be at a nuclear power plant? I'm just curious.
We're for the big thing, we're there for a terrorist attack, but we're there for anything else that happens on site. If there's anything, if there's a theft, if there's anything domestic, if there's a fight, if there's an emergency.
Does it happen?
We also have fire on site as well. So but again, knock on wood, like we have. Again, we're not a lot happens, and if it does, it's a bad day, right? So it's
Yeah, you always hope nothing happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine getting a call. Don't you get bored?
No, I'm really good at doing nothing, and I'm taking I'm
really good at doing nothing.
I am. It's like
amazing.
I do what I got to do, but we have to pass a fitness test. We get gym time at work, which is
because you guys got to
amazing.
do the same testing police do.
They've changed it. They've changed it.
Okay.
They've made it easier, unfortunately. But I take pride in that. I want to be the fittest I can be. I want to be able to help my brothers if anything happens. I always want to be in shape. So we have, we get fitness times. And if I keep busy try and keep my brain active while I'm there too.
Do you beat everybody up at work?
No.
I would have. I would. Yeah. I'd be like,
I make up
I'm gonna
workouts
kick
and
you in
give
the
them
leg.
workouts to do, but I have a couple that follow through, and I love it. I love, I get such a thrill out of making these crazy workouts and putting guys through it. And so a couple of them hold on, a couple of them trail off, that goes in kind of intervals, but
So let's jump back into this karate thing.
Yeah.
So mom put you in karate.
Yep. My parents put me in karate, and but I was playing other sports too at the time. I started playing hockey, and then I think I got a little bit kind of too old for it. I don't know. Karate is kind of, like I said, I wanted to do like the boxing and the actual hard fighting stuff. But again, it was great. It got me started, and then I went to college, played basketball and soccer. And when I was done that, I was like, well, what am I going to do now? So I was actually done college and then started boxing.
So you were finished all the schooling. So it wasn't like you did boxing through high school.
No. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So didn't start boxing until I was, I guess.
Where'd you do the boxing?
Motor City in Oshawa.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Who's your coach?
Don Nelson. So I started with Don, and he was actually worked at OPG. That's how I applied to there, because I went to school for policing. I wanted to be a police. But I was like, I don't want to work a real job. I want to, I want to do fighting. And how am I going to do fighting if I have this real job? And then finally I was like, okay, I got to get a real job. I'm not ready to do policing. The security job came up. And so I got in for regular security. So I didn't have any armed. I didn't have any gun experience whatsoever, no weapons training, anything. And then we had the cops there at the time. So their contract was done and they were going to hire internally. And I got on the first class there. So I've been doing that. I've been there for 14 years. And so I've been armed for 12, 13.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
it's a long time.
Yeah. So
which is crazy because it's a great job. And here you are taking risks fighting.
Yeah, I know, eh?
It's ballsy.
Dumb?
No, I don't know.
Crazy?
I don't know.
Maybe?
I always ask certain people, like, what, like,
I know.
you have a good job, like Dr. Faisal. Do you ever meet Dr. Faisal?
I don't think so. Maybe.
Probably. He's a local celebrity for us. He works cage-side doctor for UFC when they come to town. The charity events that we do for the fights, we do it with him. He's been a guest on the podcast a bunch of times. But I've said to him in the past, like, you're a doctor. Why are you fighting? Like, he fights too.
Okay.
Right?
Amazing.
So he boxes, he does kickboxing, he's done MMA with me. And I'm like,
you got to follow your passion, though.
but you're a doctor. Like, you have a great job. You're using your brain. Why would you take those risks? But I think there's something in a fighter's heart and mentality that you just got to throw down because you got to see what you're made of and test yourself.
Yeah, it's always been a passion. And I'm so lucky that I had a job that's shift work, that I could get to practice and still try and do everything. Right? So it's always been a grind, but...
Because you have, 20 professional boxing matches?
I think I ended up with 18 so far.
Okay.
Yeah. think I
That's
might
pretty
18.
good. That's a lot of fights.
And then 12 MMA.
Yeah. What do you like better, boxing or MMA?
Oh, it's a hard one to say, but when I was boxing, I always had that, like, I have to do this before I get a little bit too broken down from boxing. And boxing was kind of, anyway, I'll get you into that, because that was a whole other, Justin took me in for that. Justin took me in to be an MMA fighter. So that's how that started. But I just always had that, I have to do it before I end my career. And that was a while ago. So it's been.
You just kept kind of running with it.
Yeah. But I was kind of overlapping, and I went out and tried for Ultimate Fighter, and I didn't have a MMA fight yet.
Which one was that?
That was the one that was, it was
the first time
it was 135, that's crazy. Like, that's way too heavy for me, but that was, I think it was Ronda and Misha. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I tried out for that, and they were, at the time, it's like, not even at that time, social media wasn't even that big. It was so long ago. And I lied to try out, because I'm like, yeah, you had to have a MMA fight, but I couldn't get any MMA fights because nobody wanted to. It's weird, because you had to have, like, nobody wanted to take on a pro boxer that had no MMA fights, because it's too risky, right? So I just was having such trouble finding fights, and so I had to lie to try out. And the guy's like, I can't find you on. I can just find your boxing fights. The guy that was like there, and then. I'm like, okay, listen, I'm lying, all right? I'm a pro boxer. Just, I don't have any MMA fights, but I'm trying to break in. Just please let me try out. So they finally let me try out. And I made it to like a couple cuts, and then they sent me home at the end, but it worked out for the best, because that was way too heavy. And then I ended up getting a couple MMA fights, and then went back for the 115 tryout.
You went to Japan, right?
Yep.
That's with TJ when they did the fight exchange.
Yeah, it was so fun.
Yeah, because I remember seeing that, and I was like, oh, that's right, she went as well.
Yeah.
Because I sponsored TJ for that.
Oh, good. Yeah, we had a time. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. What was Japan like?
It was so fun. I wish we had a little bit more time to kind of see stuff, but we were on, like, had to film and practice. And
is it hard to be filmed and train for a fight? Like, is it weird having cameras in your face all the time?
No, I feel like that wasn't really a big deal. The part I didn't like was kind of like the stuff that was scripted.
Oh, so they scripted everything?
Not everything, but
some of it.
Yeah,
some of it.
Actually, Justin was. I know Justin. Yeah, I listened to your podcast with Justin, and he filled you in on
because he said it was great if they had to use the stuff.
So much footage of cool stuff, and they didn't interview us like right after practices. They interviewed us later, and it could have been so awesome, but just the script.
I'd imagine that would be a lot of work, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
In a different country, trying to balance, what works for TV, what don't.
I guess so, yeah. But I had a time anyway.
And
we had
you
a
fought
great
over
time
there as well.
Yeah.
How many MMA fights did you have before you fought?
I had two, I think.
How'd you do over there?
I won over there. Yeah, stopped the girl, first round.
That's cool.
Yeah,
another Japanese girl.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, I think she was a wrestler chick.
What is your main strength? Is your boxing?
Yeah.
And you do jiu-jitsu as well, obviously.
Yeah.
Who did you do with Bruckman?
So started with Bruckman, and then he kind of pushed me off to not push me off, but he guided me to Parabellum. And under Rory and Lyndon, started doing jits there and started pro training there, and then ended up moving out there 2 years ago in Etobicoke. So then Parabellum became my home gym.
How sad is it, the Parabellum?
Dude, yeah.
How do you feel about it?
Homeless.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as much as I'm homeless, I feel for those guys so much. Like, I mean, so what, right? For me, but I'm not really, I feel guilty saying it, but COVID hasn't totally affected me. It's affected people close to me that in the small businesses, and my heart's broken for those guys that had to shut down the gym, and the fighters that was their home as well. Right. And
because it's such a staple in our community.
Yeah.
It was such a go-to. So many people cross-train there. Everybody went there to see the doors closed.
Yeah, it's the hub.
But it also said it was temporary.
What's that? The
closure.
closing?
Yeah, it was kind of like they were moving. So I like to talk. I messaged Roy to see kind of how he was doing, but I like to talk to them again about it just to see like, is this?
Yeah, you should, because I know it's such a bad time right now. You can't. Why even bother right now, right? Like, why? There's no point of even attempting to get a place right now. For what?
Because Justin said the same thing.
Yeah.
He's like, man, I got one bullet to shoot.
Yeah.
You know, but what if I say, I think the gym should say, fuck you and just keep going.
Yeah.
Just do an underground fight club.
Yeah.
I seen a meme the other day and I had a guy with, it was all boarded up windows. And then it was like, he was peeking out and it was like basically saying like, that's how you're going to have to do it.
Yeah.
You're going to have to go underground.
Yeah.
It's too
And
hard.
it was some of that for, right? Like it was some of that, but you got to pay rent. I feel for those guys, right? What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not making money off the pro fighters, that's for sure.
No.
So
no, because your bread and butter really is like the kids' classes,
the kids in the rec,
the
and
women kickboxing, or it's those things that keep the doors open.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I feel really bad.
Yeah,
when I feel really bad for all the gym owners because
all the gym owners. Yeah,
I talked to a good majority of them, and this is all they do. This is their bread and butter. It's their life. It's their way of life. It's a hard pill to swallow.
It is, and like I said, I feel guilty that, for me it was kind of a break. I was at 3 losses in a row, and I was like, okay, maybe I need to, and I get FOMO when I'm trying to work full time and trying to get to practice, and it's like, okay, maybe you know what, I'll take this time, I'll just get my bearings, do some soul searching, and try and figure out what the next move is, but didn't expect to totally shut down and not have some place to go back to. So it's unfortunate.
I think it's going to come back though.
Yeah.
I think it's just, there's going to be a lull.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a bit of time. And I do think it'll come back.
Yeah.
I think Canada's very good in that sense. I think, even though we can look at it and say, oh, it's been handled wrong, it's this or that, being in a political position to try to please everybody is impossible.
I feel the same way as you.
Like,
I heard you say that on another podcast. These guys are way smarter than me. I'm not gonna, I don't know. I know that shit should not be shut down and it should be open, and the economy's going to shit, and it needs to,
At what point do you say,
right?
hey, enough is enough?
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to starve and go right into poverty, and then and then what?
Yeah.
The gyms are a good source for people to be healthy.
Yeah.
But how did you meet Bruckman?
So when I first tried out for the 135 Ultimate Fighter, and I had no jiu-jitsu background. I was going in just with boxing, some kickboxing. And when I didn't make it, I was like, all right, if I'm going to do this, I know where I got to go. Cause I was living in Oshawa, and that's the place to be if you're in the Durham region. Right. So showed up on Justin's, and we knew of each other, of course, in the community, but we never really met officially. So I showed up on his doorstep, and he's like, fucking right, I'll train you. And then from then on,
what a great person to have in your corner, especially for starting out like an OG veteran of the game.
Right? Yeah.
Just like passing on that knowledge.
Yeah. He's so good. And he took me right in and trained me. And
how long till you had your first fight?
So I did another boxing fight while I was with him. So I think that was my last one. I transferred over, and then so it took another year at least. And then that's when I was with him, I went to the other the 115 tryout as well. And
okay, that was the one with Randa Marcos, Felice Herrig. That whole group.
Yeah. So I made it. They kept me there for the week too, in Vegas for do the medicals and shit. I made it right to the end, and then they said, okay, we'll call you in a couple weeks, let you know after we make final cuts. And they didn't call, but
how much do you think of that just based strictly off of how much they can market you? Which I think ultimately you are very marketable.
But maybe not. Maybe I'm just too chill. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know what they were thinking.
Did it upset you?
Yeah. But
did you take it personally?
No, because it kind of all worked out. I realized that I couldn't have gone anyway. So it ended up being that my mom had a surgery, and I found out that she was only going to have a year to live. So I was like, well, I'm not going.
Is your mom still alive?
No, she's not.
Oh,
no.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. No, that's okay. Yeah, that's all right.
So sometimes I guess the stars align for certain things.
Yeah.
Maybe you were meant
weird.
to be home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's no way I could have gone. And then if I got that call, I would have been right back.
Yeah.
So she had the surgery while I would have been away. So that was the worst day of my life. And I had to be with her. So I would have been,
Yeah, that trumps over anything.
Right?
Yeah, 100% it does.
Yeah, so.
I'm sure she'd be really proud of you, though.
Thank you. I think so. Yeah,
I'm
trying, man. I'm trying.
You persevered, you kept running at it. And, 3 losses in a row is nothing. There's so many people who get 3 losses in a row and they just bounce back. Mm-hmm. That's the toughness of this sport. Yeah. It's forever evolving. So people are getting better and better and better and better.
Definitely.
And that's all you can do is just get better.
Yeah. And the girls, I'm having good fights, I'm fighting tough girls. So there's no, my last loss was, she's actually fighting tonight on LFA.
Lupita?
Yeah. She actually messaged me last month and said, can you come out and train with me? I was like, I wish I could. She wanted some training before her fight. I was like, I wish I could, man. I can't sacrifice vacation from work to go out to BC and train. But I was like, good luck. Wish I could help you. And messaged her today saying, have a good fight.
Luck,
and
How was she? Cool. Tough?
She was a tough girl, man. Yeah.
You get pretty emotional in fights. A lot of pictures I see, you're always crying.
I'm a crier. Yeah.
You are a crier. No, that's a good thing, though. That's because I always see it. There's a picture of you and Rory, I think, and you're nuzzled into underneath his beard, and you can just see the emotion.
That was actually the first fight I fought after my mom died. So it was 5 months after my mom died, and that was the hardest fight I've ever had.
Because she wasn't there.
Yeah, and she's been with me for every fight I've had. She's always been there, and the ones she couldn't go to, like the ones that I went to China or the ones in Japan, whatever. She's on call. I have to, So I didn't even know if I could fight again after. So just being able to fight without her was just and to win it was just a monument to know that I can do this. I felt like she was with me and she gave me strength, and hard like Mama Garbs. That's my that's my.
I guess it was
slogan.
a different training camp than leading up to that.
Yeah.
Did you feel like, with her passing that you got to kind of you owe it to her?
Here's the thing.
Or did she have that expectation of you?
No, she fucking hated me fighting, period. She hated it. She hated it, but she had to be there. Yeah. So, and I had to have her there. And so she was always there getting, helping me with anything I ever needed. She was there. But that first one, I felt like I needed to just get that done without her. And then after that, it was almost like it wasn't as I don't want to say important, but it was almost like you just have a different perspective, I think. I don't know if you felt the same way after, but it's like shit's not as important anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to sound like I'm undermining my fighting or anything like that. It's just, I don't know. I like the perspective I have now. I feel guilty of the losses I had when she was alive with me, I feel guilty about because I acted like it was the worst thing that could ever happen to me, And now that
the worst
she's
thing
gone,
that could ever happen to you
was her leaving. So what is that in comparison to fighting, right? Yeah. So I really try and keep that in perspective, and it's been such a life lesson because I know it's important. Fighting's been my life for 17 years ish. So it is so important to me, but I don't want it to be my identity either. I want to have other things.
It kind of is.
It is, but I don't want
Which
it
is
to
not
be
a bad
forever.
thing.
No, not at all. But I'm trying to. I think I want to help other people. I want to I want to be a good teammate. I don't know if I'll ever be a coach, but I want to encourage others to pursue their dreams. And I'm taking on just last year I started with an organization called Acclaim. It's in Halton region. It's a home healthcare nonprofit organization. They also have programs. I'm a bereavement peer volunteer. So I talk to other people who have lost somebody important to them. And that shit to me, that's, I feel like I handled my mom dying the best I could. And I learned along the way how to grieve. And part of the grieving process was I had to fight. I had to train. I had to be with my team. And that was the way I did it. Right.
Yeah. They say preoccupation with the death is usually the best thing to do, is to occupy your brain. And
definitely.
when my father passed away in 2008.
Yeah.
And then I remember not even fearing death after he passed, because I was like, I had something to look forward to. Mm-hmm. Now I have kids. It's different now. Like, I don't want to die. Now I went from, driving like a maniac to driving like a dad. Yeah. Because now it's, I guess when you have kids, your whole perspective changes again.
For sure.
But it's, I was fortunate enough that I had time with him. Mm-hmm. I got to say all the things I wanted to say to him. We were very honest about the death. So when it was coming, we were like, I remember laying on the bed with him saying, are you scared? Are you worried about it? Like, and he's like, well, it's my time. Like, he was retired, which was shitty, because it was like,
how old was he?
65.
My mom was 64. And what did he die of?
Cancer.
Yeah. What
so
kind?
Pancreas and lung.
Was it quick?
They said 6 months, and he was gone in like 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
So it was like, he literally had been like, whoa.
Yeah.
And
that's
it was
a
like
tough one.
On the downward spiral. Yeah, because he just lost a lot of weight. Mm-hmm. He lost a shit ton of weight. And I remember my mom saying to me, talk to him. You tell him to go to the doctor. He's not listening. And then I remember I seen him. He had just gotten out of the shower, and he was laying on the bed. He was all tired. Mm-hmm. And I go, buddy, you shouldn't be tired from having a shower. He goes, I go, he goes, get your mother, make me an appointment. And then it was literally, it was like ding, bang, 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 bang. And then it was like a fucking dream. Mm-hmm. Feels like a dream.
Yeah. I had 2 years. So we did fucking as much as we could together in 2 years. They said a year, and then it ended up being 2, because she's a gangster.
Because she's a fighter.
Yeah. But
2 years
what's that?
You said you did a lot with her during that 2 years. What was that like?
She was at all my fights. I was there. Anytime I was off, I was in Niagara hanging out with her. We went away. We'd go to Florida. We'd just try and just be together.
Soak up with all the time that you can.
As much as we could. Yeah. Yeah. She's my best friend. She was the love of my life. Yeah. So I don't know. You probably feel the same way. After something like that happens, you feel like you can do anything now. So I thank her every day for that. I thank her for making me stronger. Mm-hmm.
It's weird how a parent passing, especially if you're tight, they kind of give you something. Yeah. And they don't mean to give it to you. Yeah. It just happens. Yeah. So when they pass, you realize how strong you are. Yeah. Especially when it's like your only option is to be a rock. My mom was a mess. My whole sister, same thing. Like, everybody was like, couldn't pull it together, couldn't keep it together. Whereas I felt like I should have been melting down, but I didn't melt down. I was together. My dad wanted me to handle shit. Yeah. Do this,
man.
You gotta do this. You gotta do this.
You probably crashed and burned after low, didn't you?
Actually, I regressed maybe a year after, and it's because I never addressed the bereavement.
6 months for me.
Never. Yeah. So it took some time, but it was like at one point I was like, okay, it's my turn to cry. Yeah. It was my turn, and I cried, but it wasn't like I didn't do that full on soul search of like getting that feeling of losing your dad or a parent. It sucks.
Yeah, that's what fighting did for me. Like, threw myself right back into it.
Mm-hmm. That distraction.
And just it was for her, right?
Yeah.
It was for me. Like, it was not for her because she didn't give a fuck, but
yeah,
I wanted to do it knowing that I could do it without her and just using her strength, right? Like, nothing was hard after watching her.
Did you have any rituals before you fight?
Nothing too crazy. Like, she would always be with me, and we'd just have cuddle time, nap time in the afternoon, and just, I'm the mushiest bitch pre-fight. Like, as close to the fight gets, I'm mushier. I don't know. I just get so grateful for being able to do what I love and being surrounded by people I love, And that's just the way I am. I don't know.
Was she like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like super mushy.
Oh yeah.
And then you turn
But
into a
tough as
fucking
fuck, too.
you turn
Yeah.
into a savage as soon as the cage door
switch.
closes. Like bang. I think that's what
Yeah.
makes you a good fighter, though.
I hope so. And I'm so honest with you tonight, but I feel like questioning that savage, questioning it.
Why?
Probably because of the 3 losses and just I feel like maybe two out of those 3 anyway. I feel like I should have won. I feel like I have the
Well,
right
you had a
coaching.
1-for-1 with the one girl. What's her name? I can't pronounce
the
her
Brazilian
name.
girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're 1-1 with her, but
Yeah.
3 losses in a row doesn't
No, and
define
then
you at
Cheyenne,
all.
she did you see her fight on Contender?
Mm-mm.
Oh, she had a fucking awesome fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good. I was happy for her. And then, Lupita, she's a tough girl too. So I don't know. I don't know what's next, but I know I'm not done.
I don't think you're done either.
I know I'm not
think
done.
you're. I think
Whether it's boxing or MMA, like I want to do. I don't know. I don't feel done.
Does the COVID thing feel like it set you back or did you feel like it gave you, it bought you a little bit more time?
Yeah. Like I said, the FOMO thing, like I'm like, okay, I don't feel like I'm missing practice. I don't feel like I'm, out of the loop of anything. Although guys are still training. Guys are, but I know that I definitely can't go away right now because I can't afford to come back in quarantine for 2 weeks and miss more.
Is your work lenient on you?
Oh yeah, they're great.
Like that?
But I only get so much vacation, right? So to have 3 weeks gone for a fight and then quarantine, I can't do that. Right.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Hopefully in the new year there'll be something changes.
Yeah. We
and
have
something around
September
here
planned of next year.
do you? Yeah.
With the charity event, charity organization I work with.
Right on.
And I'm like, I hope it happens because we had to cancel the last one, which was September that just passed.
Yeah.
And because of COVID, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know. What are you gonna do?
all you
Everyone's
can do
in the
is
same boat, right?
work on your craft.
Yeah.
Work on different things.
Yeah.
Try to get better. Be ready for when it does come out.
Yeah.
Polish everything up so you pick up right where you left off.
Yeah.
My worry is the fighters are going to retire from inactivity because they haven't been doing anything.
Yeah.
It's different training every day and sharpening your sword every day as opposed to getting in there and actually competing.
Yeah. The guys that are they're getting it done, right? Like, and I'm so happy that the guys, some of my teammates are getting stuff in the States and
Who are your main training partners?
Well, anybody Jazz would be one of my main ones, but I
She's
haven't
on
seen
next
her.
week
Yeah. Next week. What do you mean?
for podcast.
Oh, is she? Oh, good.
Yeah,
oh,
she's
awesome.
her, Chris Prickett. And,
Oh, wicked.
Aaron Jeffries.
Oh, good. Yeah, I haven't trained with her during COVID at all, but she had the one fight.
Which I heard she got robbed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't get to
She had
see
a
it,
good
but
fight.
I
It was
heard she
good.
got robbed.
Yeah, whatever.
It's always scary when you go away.
Yeah, exactly, right?
It's never in your favor. It sucks.
Yeah. So, but yeah, now that Parabellum shut down, I gotta find a new home, and I know Niagara's they'll always keep their doors open to me. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna wait till the new year. I'm with a new management company. Well, it's been a year now, but I only had the one fight in this past year. So
Who are you with?
Mylan Management. Yeah.
I seen them post them too.
Yeah.
How have they been treating you?
Well, there's been nothing going on. They know that I can't really go away right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm just kind of.
What do you look for in a management company?
I was with Brad first.
He's great.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've nothing but he, we just kind of, he was kind of busy with work and stuff, and he wasn't really into the fight game for a small period. And I was totally cool with that. And I was just kind of doing my own thing. And, Mylan reached out to me, and I didn't have anybody else going on. And I was just, yeah, sure. So, unfortunately they haven't been able to show.
Well, it's hard.
Right? Like, what am I going to, yeah.
This is the worst time ever in history where it's like it was hard enough trying to find a fight before.
Yeah.
Never mind trying to find a fight during a pandemic.
Exactly.
It's even worse. Man.
But yeah.
But hats off to them because they send me stuff all the time.
Do they?
Yeah, they send me this guy. Like they're active.
Yeah.
Because I get it in all my accounts. Like bing, bing, bing. I'm like,
good.
I can tell that they're just like they're trying to hustle out their
For
guys,
sure, they're trying to push it. But I said, hey, like I can't do anything right now. Hopefully something changes in the new year. And licensing too. Like, what am I gonna do? Get my licensing now and then get it again and look for a fight that probably won't happen.
Well, we're October, so the trick would be to do it at the end of November.
Yeah.
And try to hope for something November, December, because then you're still good for the next calendar year next year.
So if I get it in November?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think
as long as you're new this year?
No, he's always been that way, but I think it's. I wish Luke could answer. I think it's 21 days. I'm pretty sure it's 21 days before the year ends.
Yeah.
That you can get fully licensed.
Yeah,
and still
I've done
catch
it.
fights.
I mean, I've done it.
Because when we did the Windsor show in December, last December, we helped with a lot of the licenses for some of the fighters, and it was based off of them being able to fight for us December 6th.
Yeah.
And they were still licensed for the year after.
Okay.
So as long as that's what it was. So they were 30 days before December 6th.
Okay.
So that's when your blood and everything expires, which is weird. You would think your blood work would be the most, like, once you get it, you're good for the year.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it again.
Yeah. I know. And right now getting appointments and stuff, like it's such
good
a
luck
pain.
getting to the hospital.
Right. Yeah.
What a shitty time.
Yeah.
It's depressing.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm lucky.
Your first MMA fight?
Hard Knocks in Calgary.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Stephanie Asenza. Good dude, man. So this would have been my first time fighting at 115. And so I was boxing at 125 and I had no idea like I was like 115. I don't think I can do that. But I was walking around at like 126, 7, like no big deal. Right. And that's what no big deal. But Justin's like, no, we'll do it. It's no big deal. Like you can do this. No problem. So that fight, I ended up getting on the scale. I think I was at 116. I was like, what the hell? And she gave me one of her sweatsuits and she was like so nice to me because we wanted to fight. And then I ended up burning like a half pound in a half hour and no problem, weighed in. And it's so crazy how the women's fight game is like it is different than the guys, right? Like
why
the girls,
is it different?
Just because the girls I know it's harder to find fights for the girls, and I've never had any beef with anybody. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but anyone I've ever fought, I've been homies with, and
that's weird. Like, I've seen that too.
Right?
I've seen girls at weigh-ins,
trying
not to laugh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They'll square up, and then you see them looking at each other, and they're like, I don't know. And I've seen them talk to each other, even like whisper and say, I don't know. This is so weird. I don't want to be like staring at you like this. But this is like what we're supposed to do. But
I don't even try anymore. I just stand there and smile, like, thanks for coming. Whatever. You're standing in front of somebody that's sacrificing their time, their energy, their life to show up and fight you. And it's like, you're my favorite person in the world right now. How can I be mad at you? And I've never had.
Do you feel like that though when you're swinging punches at them?
No, but I'm not mad in there. Like I'm having fun in there. You know, I'm so happy to be in there. And maybe that's the wrong thing to be. Maybe that's why I'm where I'm at with 3 losses and I don't know. Maybe
you're really questioning this savage thing, aren't you?
I am. Yeah.
I think you have it. I don't think you don't have it. I think it's just.
You're questioning if you have it, or you're questioning if you want to use it.
No, I'm questioning if I've lost it, maybe. Oh. Yeah.
But how would you lose it though? I don't think you lose it.
Is it like
no.
burnout?
No, I don't think it's burnout because I love the sport. It's business to me and it's a sport. When I get in there, I'm not thinking I'm going to kill this person. You know what I mean? Like it's a sport to me. And if I knock you out, I'm going to pick you up and hug you after, you know, like it's not, I don't wish harm on anyone. I don't have that kill switch to kill somebody. Oh, maybe that's what I've been lacking my whole career. I don't know. We're getting deep here, man.
That's okay.
We're getting deep.
No, this is good. No, this is good though, because not knowing you, you know, and seeing you through pictures and seeing you through like with talking with people and the things that people say about you. I always thought you were a fucking killer. You know what I mean? I was like, so like there was a part of me that was like, I see your photos and everybody's smiling and holding each other. And your eyes are crossed and you're like, like you're like, you look like a savage. I would never have thought in a million years that you didn't have that killer instinct.
Yeah.
I would have thought you were, you didn't fuck around.
Yeah. I don't think I do, but I'm questioning, like I said, my perspective on things, you know, like
perspective. Sorry.
I was going to ask, like, what's your questioning if you have the savage side or not? So is it like, if you do have it, you know, great, and you're going to try and find it and keep going, or if you don't, like, what's your thought process going through that? Like, what are you trying to find out?
Well, I do want to fight again. That's for sure. But yeah, maybe I do need to figure out where, because it's not my coaching. It's not, maybe it's got to be something internally with me, and I'm trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Have you been feeling like this since COVID, or have you been feeling this since the last loss?
Since the last loss. Yeah. Since the last loss for sure. Yeah. And then it goes back to just, like after my mom dying, it's like, maybe it's not, maybe it fucked me up.
Did the 3 losses, well, you won the fight after your mom passed away.
Yeah. And then I had a boxing fight and I won that one.
And you won that one. So
Yeah.
you won 2 after that. So that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
You still had a fire and you're still working.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it just happens though. You lose, you catch that L, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not checking out yet. So
No, how old are you?
I'm 38.
So you're young still.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Couple more.
I'm like the greatest bitch in MMA. I don't know if you can see it right now, but
Is that why you went to Took?
no, I own it. I own it. I'm whatever. I'm not trying.
I didn't know it was gray. I thought it was
it's
brown.
so gray.
Yeah. That's all right though. That just means you're tested.
Yeah, I'm wise.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
You earn
So
those
it's
grades. It's
exactly.
a prestige.
Yeah, definitely.
What's
yeah.
the distinguished?
Distinguished.
That's the word.
I like that.
That's the word.
Yeah. So we'll get back at her. Just trying to figure out what the next move is, man. Yeah.
I think people get like that when they lose, though.
Yeah.
You know, I think everyone goes, "Oh, they really question themselves. They question if they're doing the right thing." I think it's a matter of how you pick yourself up.
Yeah, I think so. And I'm trying to figure out what I can change.
You showed the best resilience with your mother's passing.
Yeah.
Having that, like you said, there's nothing. Yeah. There's really nothing more that somebody could do to you would be worse.
Exactly.
Right. So whether it's 3 losses, whether you take another run at it and you lose again, or you take another run at it or you don't even take another run at it, you never fight again.
Yeah.
Either way, you still created this great persona of you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Know? Like it's enough. It's like I said, I don't even know you.
Oh,
and I already had that tremendous amount of respect.
Thank you. I do feel successful, and I know I don't have the best record, but for me, success is like I'm not comparing myself to anybody. I know there's better fighters out there. I've come to the UFC might not call. They might need somebody, but that's not the be all end all for me anymore. You know, it's the journey. Like I've always been enjoying the journey. It's never been like this fucking sucks. I can't wait till the fight. It's like, no, I'm enjoying every moment. I'm healthy. I'm doing what I love. And then the fight's the payoff. Like the fight might not even happen. You know, that's the stoic attitude that I have to, in my head, that's what I'm, processing. It's like, I have to enjoy every second because it may not even happen. Like what, how many fights have you, well, you're a promoter. Like how many fights have fell through that you've been?
Yeah, we book. Right? We always book over 15.
Extra, and then they fall through. But
you can end it with 10.
So what are you doing if you're not enjoying the journey? You have to enjoy the training for the fight, getting ready, like the process, the sport, the fulfillment of everything. Which I do.
Because the real question is, why do you fight?
Yeah,
that's what you have to ask that almost to everybody. Why do you fight? Some guys are, I want to go to the UFC. I want to be a superstar.
Yeah.
Or I just want to be the best I can be. And some people, I just do this just because I just like to be healthy and I just want to see what I'm made of. There's so many different variables. It's really what you want to, how you want to run with it.
Exactly. And I love it, and I love the journey. I love my team. I love Parabellum. I love Justin, Rory, Lyndon. And I tell them that, and I tell them I just love what I do. And if I won't do it, if I don't love it anymore, I know that.
Do you feel like you're not loving it anymore?
No, I feel this is such a weird time because I haven't even been able to just throw myself back into it. Right. It is hard for me to, like, if I was going to go find a new home, again, like, I don't know what I would need to know. It would have been so good if Parabellum was still open, because then I'd be, that's 20 minutes from my house. That's part of why I moved to Etobicoke, was to be close to my gym, close to Niagara. With it shut down, it's like, okay, well, I need to have that to know what's going on, to figure out, where I'm going to go, what am I going to do? So I'm still training. I'm still training. I'm training every day. I strength and conditioning every day. I matted my grandma's garage. I matted my small apartment. When the gym was closed down at work, we made a gym in the change room, just 'cause it's part of my lifestyle. I have to do something.
So what's a daily training session with you like? What do you do for training?
It's wake up, feel whatever's working that day, and hurt myself as much as possible without injuring myself. But every day I make it part of my lifestyle. So I'm never not training. So whether it's fighting or strength and conditioning, I'm always doing something every day.
It's just because you're just a fucking savage.
I'm a little OCD, bit of, I just love it. I feel like people need to do stuff every day to make them feel fulfilled and satisfied. And for me, that's what it is. You have to, everyone has to have that. For other people, it could be, work or playing an instrument or whatever. I don't, for me, it's working out is.
So what do you do for fight camps? You train every day, but when you have a fight on coming up, what do you do for what? How long do you do it for, and what do you do?
Well, I've had a lot of short notice ones, but it doesn't matter because I always try and stay in shape. But depending on my schedule, it'll be days that I have to work. It'll be just strength and conditioning, and then if I'm on nights, I can go to Parabellum. I could end up doing both, and it was a grind, man. But I love it, and I feel like I can still do that. It's just figuring out when and where.
So Linden, they're opening up a new gym. Do you know much about that?
No, I don't. I don't. I know they were, again, like there's no point of them to do anything right now. Like why rent a spot if you can't pay the rent with everything shut down?
Yeah. So it's a scary time to take that.
Exactly.
That leap.
So I think they were aiming for the spring. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. Yeah. I know.
It's sad.
It's great. It is.
Because
so sad.
I tend to kind of go back into it a lot because it's so profound in our all our lifestyles, is that businesses are closing and people are depressed. Yeah. People are sad because they don't have that outlet. They're not doing the things that they want to do. Government's telling you that you got to do this when there's really no evidence based on it.
Exactly. That's the
part. Did you guys see the statistics today? It was in the Toronto Star, I believe. And it was a like a pie graph of where all the outbreaks were happening.
I think Lyndon posted that, actually.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
It was I'll track it down and show you. Let's see if we can put it up on the podcast or when this one's happening. But it's like a pie graph. All the outbreaks were coming from schools and daycares, and then nursing homes and gyms and all those other stuff were such a small, minuscule, which surprises me why they would take an attack at a gym.
Yeah, exactly.
We got
our wave 2 came end of September. Not to sound like an asshole, but basic deduction would say that's 2-3 weeks after school started.
Right.
Like you about gyms and stuff. Wow, gyms have been open for 3-4 months.
And gyms are on restricted attendance. So it's not like you're walking into a gym and there's 200 people on the mats. You're walking into a gym and there's like 20. 10 or whatever the restriction is.
And even at Good Life, right? I'm a Good Life member too.
Yeah.
And I went into the Hamilton one today on the way here, and you have to wear the face mask the whole time while you're working out. It's limited to their cap, whatever it is, like 25 people or something. So whatever, right? I don't know. What are you gonna do? Yeah.
It's frustrating.
It's so frustrating.
It's frustrating because people want to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
I think you should give people the free choice.
Yeah. Oh, so do I.
I would understand if there was a breakout every gym and every facility had like a break. They had a breakout in Hamilton, which was a cycling class or whatever. And I think it was like 60 girls or something.
I heard about that one.
All got COVID, but
yeah,
you think about 60 people in a room.
Yeah,
Maybe all probably like, yeah, it could happen, but you're not shutting the schools down.
Yeah,
You go into Walmart, you go into Costco. I was in Costco on the last weekend, and there had to be like 500 people there. There was you couldn't get away from it, and it was like, how is that essential? I get that it's essential. You need a grocery shop.
Yeah.
But the gym is more essential for just strictly on the mental health side of things.
I hear you, man. Yeah, it's maddening. Definitely for the mental health side. And so many things that again, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. I'm not, I don't tend to act like I know what I'm talking about, but man, like just for mental health, just for, and even with my bereavement, like people need people to talk to about. About
Have you been
dying.
more busy with that since COVID?
Well, that's the hard part. Like I'm willing to sacrifice my health. I'm willing to see people, but they can't have that right now. They can't have.
Can't do it
they've
over the
just
phone?
started recently. Yeah, there's been phone ones, but it's not the same. Yeah, there's been the phone appointments, but we can still do outside. We can do outside visits right now, but so that's good at least.
So how can we pick that to do?
I feel like I handled my mom's grieving for my mom. I feel like I handled it well, and I wanted to learn about it. And
did you have a bereavement counselor when she passed?
I didn't even think about it. I'm like, I didn't even think about going to talk to somebody. I just.
Have you ever talked to somebody?
Not about my mom. No. I've talked about, my sports stuff in the past, but the best thing I did was when my mom died. I took, like I said, 6 months after. That's what they say. It takes a little while to settle in, and I had to take a couple months off work and just sort myself out and trained. And
I did the same thing.
Did you?
Yeah, I took time off work, and I found I kind of spiraled more out of control with the time off work because I was just.
Did you?
Yeah, because I started smoking more weed. I started I started hanging around more shiftier people than I should have been. You know what I mean? Because
everyone's
more
different,
like
man. Yeah, everyone handles it different.
This is not really good. I need to go back to work.
Yeah.
I need to get some sort of focus.
That's good. Yeah, and some people need that, but I felt like I threw myself into it right away. And then I crashed and burned 6 months, and I took some time to myself and just trained and stayed at my mom's house in Niagara and just hung out with my grandma. And I wrote every day, which is weird. Wrote about my feelings and shit, which is
Had a journal.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, talked about just wrote about shit that was going on in my head that I would definitely advise other people to do, and I just feel like I sorted shit out myself that I feel like I can pass on to other people that are grieving about.
So how does somebody get into a job like that? I'm sure it can't be just everybody could be a bereavement counselor.
No. I took a course.
Okay.
Through Acclaim. So a pretty intense volunteer course. So I'm still a volunteer, and then I'm actually taking a schooling course, Sanitology, which is the study of death and dying, and just learning about. I know it's morbid. It sounds a little weird, but nobody ever knows what it. Nobody ever knows what that means. Yeah, right. But so I didn't know it existed either. But so I'm in the third course of 6, and I don't plan to do anything with it other than help other people grieve better. And
do you believe in life after death?
Good question. And I'm okay with saying I don't know. I can full out say I'm agnostic. I think I think that's fair to say. I don't like saying I don't know about a lot of things, but about that, I want to believe it. But I don't know. I hope so. But
see, I was never sure before.
Yeah.
But I became sure after my father passed.
Yeah? Did you have some?
Well, no, not that I had anything. It was more, I wanted to see him again. And the biggest thing, one of the biggest telling factors was when he was in his bed, 2 or 3 days before he passed away. He, they give you a book through palliative care, and they say this is what to expect when somebody dies.
Yeah.
And in the book, you flip the page over, and then it says, they're going to tug at their clothes a lot. They do, they hallucinate. They talk about seeing passed on loved ones. Like, these are all in a handbook that they give you. The nurse just goes, here you go. Meanwhile, you're not fucking processing anything. You're like, yeah, okay, he's pulling on
whatever.
Okay, so this is like the countdown book?
Yeah.
Okay, he's doing all of these, so does that mean it's close? Like, that was kind of how I thought of it.
Yeah.
But I remember my mom, we were both in the room. He hadn't said a word, hadn't done anything in a couple of days. He was sleeping. It was palliative care, so they don't really do much. And my mom had to go get something from the nursing station. The room was like dark. Like, it was like there was no lights. We didn't have the lights on. It was sunset. She left to go talk to the nursing station, and I was sitting beside his bed, and I had my hand on his chest, like holding his hands.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of in a daze. I wasn't thinking. I had no emotion. I was just kind of just in a daze. And he started to whisper, "He's Mom, Mom." He started like yelling out to his mom. And then there's a point when you see somebody in the death that you just want them to die. And it's not that I wanted him to die. No. It was enough is enough. Yeah. Fuck, just take him already.
It's normal.
And I remember I sat up and I whispered in his ear and I said, I just go to her, go to her, go to her. And then he died. I don't remember if he died the next day or he died the day after. Because it was all a dream state. But after that, it gave me, I felt comfort in knowing that that's why I didn't fear death after he passed.
Wow.
Because I thought, fuck, if he passed, but he saw his mom, that means if I die, I'm going to see him again.
I like that.
Right? So it gave me that like comfort of knowing like, I'm going to see him again. I will be reunited. And I remember we had such an open relationship that I said to him one time, when you die, come back. Do something, like move something in the house, like pull the blankets off my mom's sheet. We joked about it.
Yeah, we did too. I love that.
And he goes, yeah, I'll do that. Yes, my son, yes, I'll do that. He didn't do it.
Fucker.
Right? It fucking never happened, right? But
I told my mom to do the same. I haven't seen shit yet.
But it's like, bitch. Have you ever had any dreams? You ever have any dreams about it?
I've only had a couple, and I get so pissed when I wake up. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Crying when you wake up because I barely ever dream. So the couple dreams that I've had, we haven't done it. We're just hanging out I've had dreams where I walked into a room and he was in bed in like he was wearing like a night coat or whatever. And I said, I go, Dad. And he looked at me and he goes, yes, my boy. I go, you're not my dad. Like, I knew it wasn't him. Like, I go, you're not my dad. And then I got scared. And then I had another dream one time where it was so real that I woke up and I was like a baby. I remember like leaving my bed. And I remember my wife waking up and she's like, are you okay? I couldn't even talk to her. I go, I'm like, I'm good. And I went into the bathroom, sat on the tub. But it was like joy tears. Yeah. It wasn't like sadness tears. I've accepted that he's gone. Yeah, we have to. Like, there's no other choice. Like, they're gone. You can't get them back. The memories you can keep, miss them, and the things when you progress in your own life and all these things that are happening. Now, can you imagine if your mom was here now? Oh, I think about that all the time.
And you go, Donald Trump's president. Oh, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many. We're in a pandemic. Yeah. All these things that, my 65. Our parents were the same age. They had a different mindset of things. For sure. So I mean, like, I know. I don't know what he would think, But I truly believe, and I'm not a religious man.
I'm not at all.
But I truly think that their energy is in.
I like to hear that. I hope I switch over that way. I hope something sparks my mentality or something happens and something moves. I'm like, okay.
But all right. I get it through music. Okay. Like, you ever hear music and it triggers like a memory of your mom?
Yeah. But we always joke about it because I said the same thing. Come back and haunt me, but she's like, "Well, you're not gonna fucking notice it anyway." So maybe you're probably right. Because maybe probably here right now fucking with us, and I don't even notice. So it's oblivious. But yeah, we joke about it.
The thing is, though, you maybe you wouldn't notice it. Yeah. Maybe you have to look for the sign. Yeah. As weird as it is, like, I know sometimes if I'm feeling down and out or whatever, then I'd get in the Jeep and I go for a drive to the store or the wherever. I'm on a journey, and like the Eagles will come on. You know what I mean? And then I go, I just turn it up.
That's his jam?
And this is jam, or like just a different song will come on, and then all of a sudden you're like, you get comfort.
Yeah. I like that.
And I did the bereavement counseling, and it was very helpful. Mm-hmm. It was super helpful.
Cool.
Because they have that's why it's really cool that you do that. That's why I'm kind of asking more about that, because
that's great.
Because
I love talking about it.
A lot of people don't realize that there is that counseling.
I didn't know either. Help, I didn't know either. So if anyone's listening, reach out and if you're in the Halton region, contact Acclaim or just message me privately and talk about it, man.
You've been counseling. Like, is it helping people accept what's happened, or like
not even accept? You don't have to accept. Maybe it might just be just talking shit out. It might just be sitting with somebody. It might just be there's different stages of grief, right? So whatever stage they're in, just be present and feel through it with them, right? Mm-hmm. So somebody that can be like I can be empathetic to somebody who lost a parent. So the people that I've dealt with have lost a parent. I can be sympathetic to somebody who's maybe lost somebody like a kid or a spouse, but I can't imagine how that would feel. But I can be empathetic to people that have lost a parent, right? So that's who I've had clients with. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
So is it challenging when you're doing counseling? Or I guess what's it like? Does it bring back like your own experience, and how do you kind of like manage that for yourself? Or I feel like I may have fucked up the one time. I got emotional one time, and I really wanted to be tough, but the girl I was with, we were talking about her dad, and I couldn't help it. You're trying to be strong for somebody, but then I couldn't help it, and I got emotional. But maybe I think that's okay too, because it just shows that I care, right?
But I think sometimes seeing that you're human, it's okay to cry.
Yeah.
Let somebody else open up the tears, and say like, you know what, you're right, and then you cry together.
Yeah.
I think tears are healing.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm so emotional. I'm such a I'm a mushy bitch, so I can't hide it. Yeah. Yeah.
But that's a cool gig though.
Thank you.
I'm sure like giving back and helping people, your mom would be super proud.
Thank you. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like there's so much she's taught me through death. Like it's crazy. Like so much I'm learning about life through death. Just how grateful I am for every day, for all the small things, it's great. I'm sure you feel the same way. It changes your perspective on life, and I don't mean to, and when we talk about fighting, and I don't mean to dumb it down, because it is my life. It was my life, but there's other things. Mm-hmm. And
do you see yourself getting into coaching later?
I don't think I'm going to be a good coach. Like okay. I think it takes a certain person to be a good coach. You can be a good fighter, but not be a shitty coach. And maybe I'll get better, but I know I'm a good teammate. I'm a good fucking teammate. Like I will work hard and make whoever I'm with, like push them to do better. But coach, you have to see things that they're not seeing, and I don't think I'm that good at that. And maybe I can learn that. Because I have coached. I've coached at Justin's. I've taught boxing. I've coached a buddy in amateur fights, and so I think that's maybe something I can be better at down the road. But it's not in me. It's not like I'm Lyndon, Rory, or Justin. That it's fucking. They're good fucking coaches. Yeah. They're good fighters and coaches. It's like that's. I know that's not me, but I don't know if that's something you can learn.
I always wonder that, because like, as people get older and they approach retirement and they're not as coaches, usually they still stay in the industry somehow, right?
Yeah. So, professional sparring partner, hopefully for I got a little bit left of me. Yeah.
Well, I think, I mean, offer your body up,
right?
Beat me up. Yeah. I'm good to go. Be a professional.
I must have a lot of years left of me for a professional sparring partner.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So. You ever get your bell rung?
I have not in a long time. Not in the past few fights. No, it's been a while.
Never had a concussion, none of that?
Oh, hell yeah. I've had concussions. back in the day in the boxing days where it's like, I didn't even know why I started boxing when like you don't care about that shit. There was not until I switched over to MMA and Justin was, you know, with me. I didn't know anything about that. I didn't know how to take care of my body. And Justin's like, dude, you got to take care of your body. And I'd be sparring 5 times a week in the boxing days and go home fucking puking. And why do I feel like this? You don't know. I don't.
Yeah.
That's old school though. That's old school.
Do you find you have any long-term effects?
I hope not.
Memory?
Probably. Probably. Yeah. I wonder sometimes, but man, I feel like I'm lucky. I don't think so.
Yeah.
But I'm keeping my brain active though, like in other ways, right? Going to school and try and do other things and learn other things, and I think that helps. Hope.
Yeah, because you seem like super together. Like
Thank you.
You don't. Sometimes you talk to people and you're like,
punchy.
"Oh man, you've been punched a lot."
I know I look like I have.
not
Hopefully,
at
I still
all.
got
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Are your ears cauliflowered?
No.
No.
No. I think they're too little to get cauliflowered. They're really little. They got little ears.
Do you wear earmuffs?
No.
No.
No. I've never really had them even. I never had to even get them drained. They're just. I think they're too little, like little elf ears.
That's hilarious. Because you don't look like a fighter. You look like a fighter when you see.
No, your hands look like
they're fucked. My knuckles and my nose.
Any bad injuries?
I've blew my knee out in fights. I think I had internal bleeding. I think that was my worst. But that was in training, and I was in the hospital for a couple days. But yeah, probably the worst injury during a fight was I blew my knee out.
What fight was that?
That was a boxing fight.
Yeah.
And I fought like 3 or 4 rounds on it and ended up winning. But
where'd you do all
awful.
your boxing matches?
All over.
Did you ever fight in Ontario?
Barrie.
Okay. Who was that with?
That was Jelena. That was Jelena Marjanovic, best boxer, I'd say, in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. At my weight class anyway. Well, at the above weight class, not the weight class I would fight at now, but at 125, yeah, definitely the best boxer in the world.
That's cool.
Yeah. And
That's
then
cool.
I fought in what's Quinty?
Trenton there? No.
Yeah. I fought out there once too. So a couple times in Ontario.
Mm-hmm.
And then in Oshawa was my last boxing match.
And that was with which promotion?
That was with
Baxter?
No.
United?
Nope. New dude. Mark Irwin.
I've never met him.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, he only put on a couple shows so far. But
And you guys weigh in the same day?
No, not anymore. No.
So it was the day before weigh-ins.
Yeah.
Because I've been talking a little bit before COVID. I was talking to Don from United Boxing Promotions. And we were talking about doing a joint show. So do boxing and MMA in one weekend on the same event. But
I'm sorry. Yeah, we did weigh in the same day. Sorry, I'm fucking losing it. Yeah,
it is
we
the
did
same day.
Yeah,
because we were going to share how we were going to do it.
We did a fake one the day before. That's why I got thrown off there. We did a fake one the day before. That's why.
How do you find do you fight at a higher weight category when you weigh in the same day?
I think that one was a catch weight.
Okay.
But I know I could do it. I rehydrate so well, and I got it down so good. After the first one with Justin, I've just trial and error, and I feel like I'm so good at it now.
Do you get moody cutting weight?
Fuck no.
Really?
No.
You're always this chipper and happy?
Oh, man, I don't care about that's not shit. Like that's not, again, that goes back to my mom. Like my mom didn't eat for 2 months. I can cut weight and not eat for a day. Like,
yeah, what's
fucking
anyone's
deal.
excuses?
Right? And you're getting paid to do it, and you don't have to do it. No one's twisting your arm.
Yeah.
Like if you're not gonna soak up the whole journey and enjoy, I actually take pleasure in depriving myself and knowing that I'm gonna get to go out and fucking punch somebody in the face and enjoy myself. You know? So no shit. That shit's nothing.
I've seen demons.
Oh no doubt.
Like legit demons. Like what? Whoa! Like you're not even the same person,
right?
And then and it's like literally after the weigh-ins, once they rehydrated, they always apologize. Oh, hey man, sorry, just I was like, whoa, like you're a fucking demon.
Yeah, I don't
know how you guys do it.
It's
animals. It's a different breed, fighter.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I do fasting now because I like that kind of kind of like torturing yourself. Just that little bit, right? Just that little bit of
How long do you
satisfaction
fast
daily.
for?
Nothing hard, like a 16/8. So you fast for 16 hours and
8 of eating.
Yeah. And I've done it for fighting, for cutting weight. And then I just found like my energy was so much better. I felt better. I walked around lighter, just casually, just enjoying what I was doing. But you look so forward to that first meal, and I like that now.
Do you eat when you fast? Do you eat like shit?
No.
In that 8 hours? Like not eat like
No.
shit, but like do you kind of just eat whatever, or are you calculated like okay?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna break my fast with 6
Yeah.
eggs and
Yeah,
oatmeal or something.
I eat the same shit every day. And
What do you eat?
I'm really, I usually have, my first meal is usually an omelet with like a shit ton of vegetables, a couple eggs. And then I don't overdo it. And then my next meal will be whatever. It'll be like maybe oatmeal or, whatever, protein shake, something. And then I'll be at 8 hours of eating every couple hours. And yeah, and I like it now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exciting. Fuck.
I like that deprivation. I don't know. I feel like it's just daily satisfaction. It's like, ooh, I'm so excited for my eggs. You know, it's like
It's the little
yeah,
things.
it's the little things. It does. It makes you enjoy the little things. Yeah, seriously. I don't know.
I mean, I used to be religious and I used to fast. I'm not anymore. Like I'm like you. I'm agnostic.
Yeah.
But I just remember fast all day, like sunrise to sunset.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then just when you did eat, it was just like sometimes I'd be excited to fast because that moment you eat, like whatever you eat, just feels so much tastier.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
it's like smoking weed and knowing that you got like something sweet. I don't know.
Yes.
I smoke a little bit of herb right now, but I know I got a really tasty snack. You know.
Yeah, it's just like that. Yeah.
Fat guy problems. You guys don't understand.
Hilarious. Oh shit. Yeah.
I really hope you go back at it again.
Thanks, man.
I think
Yeah.
you go to. I think
You should call me when you guys
1,000%. 1,000%. Yeah.
peanut gallery over there. What was that?
Yeah.
That's 100%.
Oh yeah. There you go.
Dara does all my all the promo videos for the
Wicked.
fights. So
Yeah.
that's how we first met, and then
Yeah.
I convinced him to do the podcast.
Right on.
So I'm like, dude, like let's do a podcast too.
Yeah.
It was more of a way just to kind of get to know people.
Yeah.
You know, meet different fighters, meet people in the combat community, meet just different people with walks of life.
Yeah.
Work on his craft. Work on talking to people.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
No.
You know, but you're super easy to talk to.
Thank you.
Which is
You
really
too.
cool.
I'm so happy to meet you.
I was like nervous about it. I was like, is she gonna be like super wild and crazy, or is she gonna be reserved and angry? But
No,
it
I love
turns
what
out you're a mushy suck
Yeah.
who.
And I love what we talked about because day before Halloween, talked a little bit about
Death.
and
Yeah.
ghosts and
Do you believe in
fucking-
ghosts?
again. I want to. Fucking,
I want something to
somebody fucking scare me already. Like this.
I want something to happen to you.
Me too.
Like I want you to experience it. I think you would change your tune on
Yeah.
a lot of it.
Yeah.
But I think you can't look for it. I think it kind of just has to happen.
I'm definitely not looking for it. Yeah. But it doesn't matter because I feel like my perspective is so good. I feel like it's just made me the way I look at life so good. Just so grateful for everything,
We have to be grateful these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy what you learn about life through death, having somebody close to you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know all about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
This is what it is.
Yeah.
How can people find you?
Lindsay Garbatt on Instagram and Facebook. And I actually have a Mama Garbs account as well. So
Mama
on Instagram.
Garbs?
Yeah. The Legend of Mama Garbs.
That's hilarious.
That
Tell
was-
me about it.
Just I have an Instagram account I started shortly after she died and just kind of saying shit like how she would say it, but totally not. So then I'll post shit and just like make her sound all narcissistic and
Really?
yeah,
That's
it's
hilarious.
Funny. I know. Yeah.
I'm gonna follow. Yeah, I want to check that out.
Yeah, it's funny. It was part of my grieving, and then it helped, and I like it, and I just kept it going. So yeah.
So you use that as a tool for grieving.
I did. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I emailed my dad a bunch of times.
Did you? Yeah, I wrote
Yeah.
my mom a letter.
Yeah, knowing that he would never get it and thinking he was gonna respond.
It helped though.
But yeah,
It helps,
yeah.
man. I'm telling
Yeah.
if anyone's listening to this that's going through some shit And especially through this time, like I had my best friend's fucking mom died through in April. And it's like, you know, you can't have a funeral. You can't have your family supporting you because of the COVID shit. And it's like, and then one of my other best friends, his mom is palliative right now. And it's like, shit, it's such a tough time for people, you know? So just reach out to people you love and find ways to get through it and grieve and without fucking going nuts, man. Because it is hard.
When you do the bereavement counseling, do you spend the majority of the time just listening, or do you listen with the intent to give the advice on how to grieve?
Everyone's different. It's fun. I'll have people that it's fucking small talk for maybe 45 minutes, small talk, and then maybe deep for 5 minutes. And maybe that's all they need, just to get deep for 5 minutes, talk about shit.
Do you initiate it, or do you just kind of say like, hey?
You feel it out. Sometimes I try and get it out of them, right? A little bit, but you feel them out. Sometimes they just want to talk about random shit that maybe they can't talk about with other people. And so I've actually never had a time where somebody's just full out talking and blubbering, which I thought was what it was going to be. Off the bat, I thought that's how it was going to be, but it's not. Sometimes people just want to talk about random shit and then throw some deep stuff in there, and I'm all for it. So yeah,
counseling's great for everything.
Yeah, I'm just trying to fucking buy my soul back, you know?
Yeah. Why did you lose your soul and we're missing a whole nother segment?
I think I may have sold it. Yeah, so I don't know, man.
Why do you have to make up for some things? Like,
I don't know. I'm saying that. I'm joking, but I think everyone feels that sometimes. I think, and maybe just the point of my life where I'm at right now. I didn't feel like this when I was hard into my career, and I felt like I was doing everything I wanted to do. I didn't have time for anything else. I didn't want to learn about anything. I didn't want any other hobbies. It was fighting. That's it. And when you think about, hey, this is not going to be forever, you know? And I think every fighter maybe comes to that point and they're searching for something else to kind of give them purpose and give them motivation, some kind of fulfillment in life other than fighting. Because I think for most of us, that's all it is. And that's how you succeed. You have to throw yourself all in it. But if you can have, not just be a one-trick pony and have other things in your life that you're getting fulfilled from, I think that's the key, right?
What do you like to do besides fighting? Like, I know, the fight game. I don't watch UFC very often.
Yeah, well, it's funny because I never
I don't get excited to go to. I'm like, maybe. Yeah. If it's an exciting card, I'll watch it.
Yeah,
but it's because if you eat, sleep, and breathe it all the time, you know, I'm like,
that's exactly it.
I don't really care.
I was the same way. I didn't even like fighting. I don't want to watch fights when I'm hard in camps. Like, I just want to be away from it. But now that I haven't been in it, I'm like, every UFC, I'm like, yes, there's fights tonight. I'm so excited about it, right?
I get excited, but I get sad at the same time.
Do you? Yeah. I can see that for you. I can see that for you. I get the itch, man, when I see the fights. Yeah. Like, okay, I want to fight. But yeah.
What do you do in your spare time?
I don't really have any. Like,
you don't have any other weird hobbies? Play video games? Do you?
No. I'm
do you read?
No, just my schooling stuff right now. That's been I'm pretty hard into it right now. So. That keeps me busy and with work and training, and yeah, I'm happy, man. I love my life. I love it. I'm excited to see what's up next.
Yeah, me too.
World get turned around. And,
me too.
Yeah, back on track, and yeah, grateful.
It'll happen.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, let's wrap this up.
All right,
and then we can hang out. I appreciate you coming in.
Appreciate you.
It was like super awesome. It was like sorry that we kind of went down like the death alley, but it was kind of cool.
I love talking about it. Yeah, and I'm glad we got to bring it up, and I hope people do get the help that they need. And if anyone's listening to this, feel free to reach out, and I'll help you on that path.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lindsay Garbatt.
Yeah.
Fucking, you're amazing. Cool.
You. That was so fun.
What do you think?
That was so fun. Thank you. Is that okay? I know we got a little deep there, but.